Today we will be taking a look at how a typical manager will be able to use the manager self-service functionality. The manager will be able to manage time, approve time off requests, set up schedules, and run reports on the employees that they manage. That being said, let's take a look at how to use the system from the manager's point of view. To do this, we're going to log in as Paul Peterson, the manager of our sample company. You will notice that there is a dashboard screen enabled, which is a great way to access certain areas of the system that the employee uses most frequently. A dashboard can be configured to meet each individual user's needs. In this case, Paul's dashboard is geared more towards his managerial duties and puts all of the information that he needs to know about his employees right here at his fingertips. Although his dashboard is set up to assist him in managing his employees, he also has access to all of his employee self-service functionality here under the My Account menu option. Back on the dashboard, he has a list of quick links that takes him to the items that he accesses most frequently. These hyperlinks are configurable based on the employee's role. He can also view a dot board to see who is in and out of the office at any given time throughout the day. The blue pin represents that the employee is clocked out, while the red pin indicates that they are clocked in. This information is available in real time if the employees are clocking in using the web or an Ethernet device. This report is also available on the mobile app so that managers can keep tabs on their employees while they're away from the office. He also has the ability to keep track of exceptions such as who is tardy or absent. This report is color-coded for easy identification and will allow for the manager to drill down into those employees' timesheets if need be. If anybody has a missing punch, that can also be displayed here on the dashboard for easy identification and correction. And finally, here on the dashboard, we can display a to-do list. This will display all of the items that a particular person is responsible to complete. As you can see, the manager has a time off request that is pending approval displaying here on their to-do list. We can review the time off balances, and if enough time is authorized, a pending request would be reflected in green, which is the case here. If not, then the requested time off would appear in red. Now that we know that we have enough time authorized for this request, we need to find out if there is any other employees that are going to be out on the same day that this employee is requesting off. In this case, there is another employee who is authorized off on this day. So now that we know this information, we can either approve or reject the request right here from the to-do list, and once this has been approved, the time off can be exported to an Outlook or a Gmail calendar. Now let's take a look at how a manager would review and approve timesheets. First, we want to check to see if there are any missing punches before we approve the timesheets. An easy way of identifying a missing punch is to include the Missing Punches window here on your dashboard. In this case, we can see that Josh does have a missing punch, and we can drill down into that timesheet to make the correction. We can see that the employee did not clock out at the end of the day. However, he did leave us a note which is indicated by the green check mark here on the note icon. In this case, it seems that the employee left at 3 p.m., so we can enter that information here on the timesheet. Now keep in mind that the system is capturing all of the details around who logged in, what changes were made, the old value versus the new value, and which IP address the change was made from. This is all being tracked in an audit trail report which can be run at any time. Back on Paul's dashboard, we can now move forward with approving the remaining timesheets by clicking on the Pending Approval link. This will bring Paul to the screen that he uses to review items such as how many regular hours were worked and the overtime hours as well. This report includes all of the timesheets that this manager is responsible for approving. The manager can approve them on an individual basis or all at once by using the green flag here at the bottom of the screen. Once these have been approved, the timesheets will then be ready for payroll. Now let's talk about how we can go about managing schedules in our system. There are two schedule reports that I want to show you today. The first is the daily schedule. The daily schedule is showing us a graphical representation of the schedules for the days that we define here at the top of the screen. This report will help you identify any gaps in coverage. You can also use the employee filter to filter this report by a certain group of employees, such as a specific department. The next report that I want to show you is the weekly schedule. This report shows the scheduled time for each employee for the date range that you've defined. You also do have the ability to override or change a schedule by clicking on any cell. Then you have the ability to change the schedule type. Also, the schedule can be tied to a specific shift or cost center. As you can see, the manager will have the ability to access everything that they need in order to manage their employees here within their Manager Self-Service portal. With that, we have completed an overview of the Manager Self-Service functionality. Thank you for your time, and please contact us today for more information.